You made the top 10 after that week, which is the first time a Canadian male player has made it into the top 10. How significant is that for you? Is that happening faster than you expected to get to the top 10? Because most of us within the sport felt that was inevitable for you, but now it's real. How, is it on time for you, or is it ahead of schedule?
No, it's on time. It's sort of the big goal this year for me was to make the year in Masters, and I think it's just a stepping stone towards that. The steps you got to take, and obviously I struggled through some parts of the year, but just kept working away and hoping it would come together. And fortunately, it has, and it just gives you a lot of motivation, a lot of inspiration. Sort of just keep plugging away and keep putting things together. And now, a little bit of a new team around me, focusing on different things that I feel like I need to do to not only be top 10, but sort of challenge the top guys in the big events. So it's a lot of work, but development's the most important thing, and sort of getting there day by day.
Well, you changed coaches mid-season, which sometimes can be a little bit of a challenge for a player and a coach to get used to each other. Ivan Lubicic is your new coach, another former top 5 player, a great player, and a great tennis mind also. How difficult was it for you to get used to playing with Ivan on your team?
That's much easier. Someone's calling. My wife is calling, sorry.
No, he's been great. We haven't really had time to change things. We sort of just more talked about philosophy, what he believes and what I believe I need to do to get where I want to be and to get competing with the top guys for the big events. And it's sort of been approaching it that way. And sometimes it has been frustrating, and we sort of decided don't necessarily look directly on the results. Make sure you're doing the development. If you are playing the right way, and maybe some days are going to be a little bit tougher than others, at least you're getting better at playing that way, and that's the way you got to play to beat the top guys. So it's sort of it took a little bit of time getting used to that, not always narrowing it down just on the results, and sometimes focusing a little bit more on the development part. But it's good, and I'm happy with him. He's a good friend, and so he's very helpful in that sense.
It's nice to have a tennis player that can speak so well. Dumb job. We have two big events coming up for you that are really important. Probably, I would say, almost of equal importance if I were you. U.S. Open, which is obviously the last major of the season. You want to have impact there. And then the Davis Cup, the semifinals, which has been a big part of your year. Let's look into the U.S. Open here first. Talk us through how you're feeling. How you've had a good run up in the summer. How are you feeling physically and mentally? And what are your goals for the U.S. Open?
Everything's been going great. Feeling good physically, feeling good in a good place with health and everything, and also fitness on court, feeling good. So especially this week, I have a little bit more time to work and focus on a few specific things. So it gives me a lot of excitement coming into playing here. I played well here last year, and it's something I want to push and do better. And I'm really excited for this slam. It's one of my favorite slams, but also I think it's one of the slams I play my best at. So a lot of things coming together is important, but it gives me a lot of confidence and a positive outlook on it.
Day matches versus night matches. Like if you could choose your schedule, would you rather play in the day or you'd rather play at night?
I'd rather play at a set time. So that means like they give you a set time at night or a set time in the morning. The worst thing is that way. I'm sure you know. But the worst
because your meeting schedule, man. What's
no, but you know when you're going to get into it. It's like sometimes you can warm up 3 times for a match because you think it's going to be over and then it's not over. And so it's just about the ease of not having to worry about what other people are doing, and just so you can step out on court at that set time. I think that's the thing that sort of is the best for me.